Hi everyone. Well, thank you for joining us. The topic of today is how can visual planning boost the performance of your construction site management. So maybe we will wait a few minutes for more people, and as soon as everyone has joined the visual planning webinar, we will start. Okay, I think that now we can start. So, hi everyone. I hope you have taken your coffee and you are ready for this webinar dedicated. And we will see dedicating on how we can boost the performance of your construction site management. So, first of all, I will present myself. I am Adrian Lebris. I am international business developer at Stilog, and I will present Stilog and who we are. So Stilog is a French company with an international background. It has like two activities. The first one is the release of our own product, which is visual planning. And the second activity is dedicated to do specific development in the scientific domain. So our headquarters is located in the suburbs of Paris. We have also a subsidiary in Hoboken for the North American market and another entity in the south of France. So we are the first release of visual planning was in 1996. So we have almost 30 years of experience in the scheduling domain, and we have now almost 200 employees, more than 200,000 users, and our turnover is about 18 million euros. So we work a lot with major players in the construction industry, and that's why it will be interesting to present you this webinar. So what is the outline of the presentation? I will present you first, the main challenges that face our clients and, planners in site management. After, I will present you, a demonstration of visual planning and also the VPGo demonstration, which is a mobile phone application of visual planning. I will make a conclusion and shall answer to all your questions. So that's why I invite you to ask as many questions as you want. So feel free to write on the chat all your questions. I will take my time at the end to answer you. So what are the recurring problems that face our client in site management? So the first problem is that the information is scattered at all levels because we use like Excel sheet. All the information is scattered in different tools. We can work also on papers. So the first problem is that the information is scattered and how well to gather all this information in order to have a collaborative work. Also, because of that, we have a suboptimal resource management. So the question is how to optimize the resource management on construction sites for planners. Because of the information is scattered, it's really difficult to be responsiveness to unforeseen events. So we will see how we can overcome this challenge also. And the last point will be we will focus on the difficulty to communicate between field and office teams. So we will see and all that problem and how visual planning can help you to overcome all these challenges. So why a planner has a key role to play in site management? So the planner is the person who has to anticipate resource requirements. Also, he is the one that has to schedule all the tasks and so to break down all the tasks to ensure the smooth progress of each project. And another role he has, the planner, is to coordinate all the in-house teams and subcontractors. So sometimes it's difficult to make this coordination if we do not have the right information at the right moment. And the last point is to prevent all the delay and overruns in order to save time and make your client happy. So that's why a good construction site requires visibility and anticipation. Okay, so what are the main goals for a planner? Well, the main goal is first to schedule tasks quickly and with a high level of visibility, is to assign a resource efficiently in order, well, as I told a few minutes ago, to optimize all your resources. It can be human resources, machine, so and so on. And so one of the last goal is to maintain a complete visibility on short, medium, and long term of all your activities on all your construction sites. So visual planning, I will talk about a little bit on visual planning and what is visual planning. Well, first it's a drag and drop solution. So it's a really user-friendly solution. We have three modes of visual planning: the rich version of visual planning, which is the VPDX version; the light version of visual planning, it's a full web version. You can have access to it directly from a website; and the VP Go solution, which is the mobile phone application. Okay, so as I told you, it's a really user-friendly interface and really easy to use. It's fully customizable solution as it's a no-code solution. And also it's a multi-device software, and this is important to know. We can use visual planning from a computer, a tablet, or a smartphone. And all the information you will enter, whatever the device, will be synchronized in real time with all the devices. Okay. Also, what is important is that we can integrate visual planning with your IT environment. Well, there is two ways of integrate visual planning with your environment: is the import-export system or the implementation of an API. So just what we have to know is just to define the workflow you want to implement between two tools. Okay. And last point is that visual planning can be implemented, deployed on cloud or on premise. So it will be up to you. So now we will start with the demo. Do not hesitate to write all your questions on the chat. I will answer them at the end. So now we are in the rich version of visual planning, which is the VPDX version. I am as an administrator, so I have full access to all the data and full capacity to modify all the information. We can define different types of user with different level of access and different capacity to modify or add new information. So here you have like the dashboard, which is like a home page. Keep in mind that with visual planning, all the information and all the displays can be customizable. So this is just an example, but as for us, our job is, well, to understand what are your needs, how to, well, display all the information, and we will configure the solution according to your needs and expectations. So here you have little windows that give you some key element, key information at a glance in order, well, to know in your daily work all the required information you have to know. Okay, so I will go directly on a specific view. Okay, those are the main views in this webinar, in this demo, okay, which are gathered in two groups. The first group is the planning assignment, which is that contains four main views, okay, and the last group is the KPIs, which reports and statistic view. Okay, so now we are in the site construction view, and this view contains many views. This is a planning view here, and here you have the list of all your tasks and the status of your task. Okay, so to introduce visual planning and how to use it, we will start from scratch and we will create a new project and we will schedule all the activities and assign all the resources. Okay, so how to create a new project? Here you go on this site construction view and you add a new project. Here, what is a project is a name. So I will put like project D. It's a site number. Let's put 0001. It is linked to a client. Okay. This is, there is a status like forecast ongoing. I will say, okay, this is an ongoing project because we have to start tomorrow. It is linked to an address. We can be really granular according to each information here. An address is just a section where you have to put a comment, but we can divide with all the zip codes, city, so and so on. Okay, so I will say that the location is London. This is a due date, and after we will mention the planned days, the forecast in days. Okay, for this site construction, we will need, in theory, 90 days to finish it. Okay, perfect. Now I have my project created. As you can see, there is different status per project. So I can filter directly to have like a dedicated view, a more granular view. And I will say, okay, show me only the ongoing project. So now you have only the ongoing project and we will focus on project D. So as I told you, visual planning, it's really easy to use. It's a drag and drop solution. Here you have the list of all your activities gathered by families in families. So we will start with directly like site construction activities like foundation. So I take this activity, this task, and drag and I drop the activity. Per default here, the duration of the activity is 1 day, but we can extend the activity, okay, directly here, or you double click in the activity, you can modify the duration inside, this window. Perfect. Now we have created the first activity foundation. I will do, the same job for all the activity, structural wall, so and so on. Okay. Also, as you can see, the color of the activity is in blue. It means that it is scheduled. We can, put as many activities as you want, like to plan, schedule, so and so on. We will adapt, all this information according to, your way of scheduling today. Now we have schedule activities. What you have to know also is that we can create models. What are models? It's a sequence of tasks. Instead of drag and dropping each activity one per one, we can just drag and drop once a model, okay? And we can have a reverse scheduling or a traditional scheduling, okay? So here, as you can see, there is a sequence of tasks: building permit, request for tenders, foundation, structural works. Also, as you can see here, there is like links. We propose 3 types of links, which are strict delay, minimum delay, maximum delay links. Okay. What is the utility of putting links is to create critical paths so that if like a specific activity has some delays, you will just adjust the duration of the activity and all the other activity will be adjusted after automatically. Okay, so this is an interesting feature for scheduler in site management. I will go back to my first activity on project D, which is foundation. Now I have created my activity. I have to assign resources. And here, as you can see, we have, 2 types of resources: field workers and machines. Okay, here our field workers are gathered in 3 groups. First group, internal employees; second group, subcontractors; and after, I have created what we call fictional employee. If you do not know if you want to assign an internal or subcontractor, you can say, okay, I need someone who is specialized in HVAC, and after I will see if I will put an internal or an external employee. Okay. So as you can see also, all the schedules are synchronized. Okay, so you can see the workload visually, but also we have indicators here that with features. Here you can see the internal workload. It allows the planner to know, okay, I have a new project, when I can start this new project according to my workload, to be sure that you can meet well all the expectation of your client and to satisfy your client. Okay, there is some figures here. As I put at the beginning, the plan days was 90 days, and now I have created my activities. It remains 51 days to plan, so it's okay for me. How to assign resources? So many ways to assign resources, or you can just drag and drop solution, drag and drop a resource, an employee. Okay, and oh, I have a pop-up. What does it mean, this pop-up? It won't mean that this person is not available. So we have many ways to alert, to warn the planner in order to avoid any scheduling errors. So now I have this information. I will say, okay, well, I will have to find another employee to do this job. So as I told you, I can just drag and drop an employee, sorry, inside the activity. Now I have assigned this employee. I will adjust the duration of this employee inside the activity. Okay. The other way to, well, assign a resource is, well, to click right, assign field workers, and I will say, okay, show me all the employees, internal, externals, who are available. And now I can see all the employees who are available. I can group the employees per skill, and also I can filter the field workers per skill. We can manage here, we manage one single skills, but we can manage several skills at the same time. Okay, so I need someone who is specialized in with a general skill, and I have no one. So I will put to assign, and now my job will be to find someone who will be able to do this job during this duration, okay, during this time. And also we can change the status of each activity. Okay, it's only drag and drop solution. Sorry, here, perfect. When I double click on the activity, I can have many information. All the displays are customizable. Okay, so here you have a summary of, well, the site construction, the type of task, its status, so and so on, and also all the resources we have assigned for this task. Okay, perfect. Now I will do the same for machines. Okay, and this is the same logic. I need like an excavator for the foundation, so I will just drag and drop the resource excavator, and I will adjust the time inside the activity. Okay, so as you can see, it's really easy to schedule on visual planning. You have a really accurate and good overview of all your resources, and you have a lot of visual indicators or pop-up in order to, well, assign the right resources at the right moment and to know when you can start a new project and when you can start a new task. Okay, so this is the main view of visual planning for planner. Um, there is also a lot of features to show you, and I will show you now the new features. I will go to, well, the employee view now. As you can see, here there is all your internal employees with their schedules. We can, well, display the workload before it was on percentage is on histogram. So depending your needs, we can really adjust the configuration according to what you want, what you need, and the best visualization of the information you want to have. Okay. So here are all the internal HR activities that for employees, and the same logic, you just need to drag and drop. Okay. Absences. Those absences can be scheduled directly from a tablet or smartphone, and we can also have a HR management with a level of confirmation. As soon as Ellen, for instance, asks for paid leave, his manager or her manager will receive a notification by email, and the manager will be able to validate or not validate its paid leave. Why it is important to have this information is to have an accurate workload to schedule all your activities. Okay, as you can see here, you have an agenda, and the agenda is synchronized, okay, according to the employee. Perfect. Now I will go on the machine view. So the machine view, we gather machines per group. It's heavy there are the heavy machines and the materials. Sometimes for heavy machines, we need a maintenance. Okay, so I will schedule a maintenance here for the crane 1. And one of the features I wanted to show you, it's possible to repeat an event every every week, every month. In a certain period of time, it will be up to you to decide on it. So for instance, for this machine, I need a maintenance every month until, and you have to say, okay, until 2026, for instance, okay? And automatically, you will have a maintenance every month. I will listen. As you can see, you will have a maintenance scheduled automatically, okay? So this is a really good feature that will help you to schedule in few clicks lot of activity and to prevent to not forgive like here maintenance activity. Okay, so I will make a quick summary of the presentation for scheduler. Here you have the planning view for size construction. You can filter here per type of construction, their status, and to have really a good overview of all your site construction. Okay. Last view of the planning and assignment view, main view. This is a Gantt view. Well, here you have a Gantt view. A Gantt view, it's a really common view for schedulers. Here the Gantt view is synchronized. Okay, there is a filter of selection is synchronized according to the site construction. We can make reports, we can extract that view to share this information to your client, to internal employees, whatever. It allows you to follow your project at a glance and to know if you do not have overruns on your project. Okay, and you can see also all the critical paths. So this is really an important view to have a clear overview of the smooth progress of your project. Perfect. Now we will go on the KPIs view. So as I told you, visual planning is a fully customizable solution. So we can build all kind of reports, statistics according to what you're looking for. Each data you enter inside visual planning, we will be able to treat that data in order to make a specific report for you. Okay, So here, for instance, we have several reports. I will just present you quickly two reports. This is a site workload, so it's the number of hours dedicated per project and with a monthly ventilation. As you can see, we can also directly adjust the ventilation, and here we can put per week, and the report will be synchronized in real time. Okay, and here for instance, the payroll, we can have like reports with the number of hours made per month made by our employees, internal subcontractors. We can also adjust the ventilation per week, per day, so on and so on. So we can really adapt the reports and statistics in order, well, to have the right information for the right user. So this was the presentation of the VP Desk version, which is a rich version of visual planning. Now I will present you the mobile phone application called VP Go. So here is VP Go. You can have the same as the rich version of visual planning. You can have a dashboard. Now I'm not a planner and not an administrator. I'm just a site manager. So as a site manager, I have three views, three main windows. Sorry, site construction agenda, my agenda, and the absences of my employees. Okay, when I will click to my first view, site construction agenda, I will have access directly, uh, sorry, to the agenda of my site construction. So as a manager, site manager, I have to follow my project. Here, my projects are project A, C, and B on June 26. Okay, so I would like to have more information because I have a doubt and regarding project C for today, and I will check well if I didn't make mistake or if I have the right resources to do the required job. Okay, so you have a summary of well, you start construction, the name, address, client, due date, and this is, you have the task to do today. It's plumbing. The task status is ongoing, and you have two workers assigned for this task. Okay. When I will click on the field workers, you will have specific information. So as you can see here, Elizabeth with the general skill and Jane with the same skill is dedicated to do this task. Elizabeth will work from the June 20th to June 24th, and after Jane will do the same job from June 25th to July the 5th. So, okay, I have no gap, so it's perfect for me. I have the information. So those are views for, well, site managers that can be really helpful. Okay. Also, it is possible to, well, as you will see, take photos, make firm, or put additional information so that the planner at the back office will receive information that can be useful for his scheduling. Now I come back to my dashboard and I will see the agenda of all my employees under my control, my management. So today, Jane, Elizabeth, and subcontractor one will work on a specific task for project C, B, and B. I want to know which job they will do today because I don't know, I forget. I'm a little bit tired, so I will just check if everything is right. Okay, so I will click, for instance, in Jane, and I will see, well, some information here, her location, her task, the status of her task, perfect. And I can see that the number of working hours she puts. So here she didn't put any information, but I think she will put information. So we can have a clock in, clock out system inside visual planning. And as I told you, we can put photos and make firms or add any kind of information. So all the information that will be put inside visual planning, it will be synchronized with all the plannings in real time so that the schedulers will be able, well, to see, well, all that information put inside the mobile phone application. Like here, okay, the site manager send me a photos with a specific form, but there is no comment. I will see another. Oh, it's me. I think he made an error. And there is a form of the client. So, okay, everything is fine. So we will go on the mobile phone application. And that was the last view of the mobile phone application. So mobile phone application is really dedicated for field workers, and it allows field workers to have the right information to know what they have to do today, and they can well have we can define a level of access to the information and a level of modification to them. They can be able to change the status, put photos as I told, put information, so and so on. So it's really up to you. Each organization has its own way of working, and we will adapt the software according to your way of working, and we will well do our best to optimize well your daily job to make your daily job easier and much more efficient. So I finished with the presentation of the demo, and now I will just well make a summary and talk about all the benefits of visual planning. So those are all the benefits that have been observed and measured by our customers in comparison with their previous mode of operations. So with in having all the information at one site, a clear information, the scheduler will save a lot of time in his daily job. Okay. Also, with all the system of colors that will warn you if there is not overload, so on, so on. The planner visual planning offers a high level of consistency and traceability. You will have access to the history of everything. Who made that operation, who scheduled that, so on, so on. So that if there is a problem, you can see in the history where come from the problem, maybe who did the problem in order to solve that, okay? Also, visual planning allows the planners to, well, schedule without making errors with color, alert system through colors, pop-up alert, so on, so on. So all that allow the company, well, to save a lot of money because you will have an efficient schedule of all your site construction. You will be able well to have a high level of responsiveness, and you will bring high level of satisfaction for your clients. So that's why there is a high return of investment when you invest in that kind of software that make your daily work much more easier, simple, and efficient. So now I will answer to your question. Thank you well for your attention, and I will see if we have some questions. So Alex, is it possible to manage certification in or authorization in visual planning? Yeah, of course, it is possible well to manage certification and authorizations in visual planning. Field workers sometimes need to have a certain authorization to enter in some sites. And what is the difference between a skill and a certification authorization? A skill is like has no duration; it's permanent. You are expert in electricity, you will remain expert in electricity. A certification has a duration, so we can manage all that for you, and we will be able to have specific views to warn you. Okay, be careful. Within 2 weeks, these and these employees will lose those certification or those authorization. You have to renew those certification and or authorization in order that everything is in order. What types of notification and alerts the tools offer for site managers? So we offer, it's Elena. Thank you, Elena, for your question. So we offer many types of notification and alerts. The main are, like I just showed you, pop-up alerts or system of colors that will warn you visually that there is like a problem or that everything is going fine. So those are the main ways to give you this notification. And in addition, we can have like specific views or reports to give you the right information according to your needs. So Vincenzo, how does the mobile application synchronize data with the desktop version? Well, the VP Go mobile application doesn't synchronize with the VP Desk version. In fact, these two ways of accessing the schedule are connecting in real time to the same database. So you have only to refresh or define like a frequency to refresh your screen in order to have the information. So usually the frequency is about 1 minute to have the information. So it's not synchronized really in real time, but it's connected to the same database. And as soon as you have refreshed your database every minute, every 30 seconds, you will have all the information, and all the information will be synchronized at that time. So, Jack, is it possible to customize views and reports for different users or departments? Really good question, Jack. Well, what you have to know about visual planning, it's a fully customizable solution. It's like a unique solution in the market. I have never seen such a solution with this capacity of adaptability. So we can customize any views, any reports. The just you have to know is we start with a blank sheet and we will configure the solution according to what you want. It's just what you have to know. And after we will customize the views and display the data according to, what you want. Don't know if there is a last question. Yeah, Paola. Thank you, Paola. Does the tool offers cost monitoring and budgeting functions? It's a good question, Paula, also. Thank you very much for your question. So, cost monitoring and budgeting functions, it's a very important aspect of visual planning, and it is often overlooked by, the company that contacted us. So we can integrate budget tracking with automatic cost calculation based on, all the data we enter into visual planning. That's why the financial management of project provides feedbacks on the entire management of a project, from sale to completion. That's why it's really important, to integrate cost monitoring inside visual planning. It helps a lot the client to have good feedbacks on his own site constructions. Well, thank you very much for your attention and all your questions. It was really a pleasure to present you today the webinar. It was my first webinar and I hope that I will present you other webinar in the future. So if you want to have a customized demo and if you want that we analyze all your needs, you can contact us on sales@stilog.com or you can phone me on my phone number, which is indicated at the bottom of the slide. Well, we will send you this presentation and also you will have access to the record of the webinar if you want to see it again or if you want to share it with your colleagues. I wish you a really nice day. I hope that we will be in contact soon and see you for the next webinar.